absolutely, the French guy was outrageous.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how hard it is, you know? Yeah, absolutely. You can start with you, Nate.
הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. 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 הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom. I don't know about you, but I can use a good dose of Shabbat, right? And we're so lucky that Cantor's prepared a beautiful service this evening with two of my favorite musicians with her. It's nice always to have Misato with us, as well as the one and only, the greatest flautist, Ms. Judy. So good to have you with us, both of you. Thank you for joining us. So Cantor, what's next? What do you think?
I think it's time for us to sing unto God a little bit.
Sing unto
We'll
God.
sing, raise a shout for our rock and our deliverer. Lechu neranena l'Adonai nariya letzor yishenu. Letzor yishenu, lechu neranena, l'Adonai nariya. Letzor yishenu, letzor yishenu, lechu neranena, l'Adonai nariya. Letzor yishenu, letzor yishenu, lechu neranena, l'Adonai nariya. Letzor yishenu, letzor yishenu, nekad mafana, betoda, bizmirot nariya lo. Nekad mafana, betoda, bizmirot nariya lo. Lechu לצור אישנו, לכו נרננה, לאדוני נריע, לצור אישנו, לצור אישנו, נקדמה פניו בתודה, בזמירות נריע לו, נקדמה פניו בתודה, בזמירות נריע לו, לכו נרננה, לאדוני נריע, לצור אישנו, לצור אישנו, לכו נרננה, לאדוני נריע, לצור אישנו, לצור אישנו. Continue with Lecha Dodi. Yalalalai Lecha Dodi, Yalalalai Likrat Kala, Yalalalai B'nei Shabbat, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela, Yalalalai Lecha Dodi, Yalalalai Likrat Kala, Yalalalai B'nei Shabbat, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela, Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, U'shmo echad, L'shem u'tiferet, V'litila, Yalalalai, Yalalalai Lecha Dodi, Yalalalai Likrat Kala, Yalalalai B'nei Shabbat, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela, Likrat Shabbat, Lechu v'nelcha, Ki mekor habracha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof maaseh b'machshava techila, Yalalalai, Yalalalai Lecha Dodi, Yalalalai Likrat Kala, Yalalalai B'nei Shabbat, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela, Hitoreri, Hitoreri, Kivorech Kubiori, Uri, Uri, Shir Daveri, Kevod Adonai, Alayich Nigla, Yalalalai, Yalalalai Lecha Dodi, Yalalalai Likrat Kala, Yalalalai B'nei Shabbat, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela, Boi v'shalom, Ateret Bala, Gam besimcha, Uvsola, Toch emuneh, olam segula. Boi chala, boi chala. Yai lai lai, ya la 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 lai lechadodi. Ya la 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 lai likrat kala. Ya la 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 lai pnei Shabbat, pnei Shabbat lekavela. Ya la 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 lai lechadodi. Ya la 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 lai likrat kala. Ya la 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 lai pnei Shabbat, pnei Shabbat lekavela. Tzadikat amar yifrach ke'eretz balvanon yizkeh shetulim bebeit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yirun b'seva t'shenim b'rananim yiyu lehagid ki ashor Adonai suri v'lo avlata bo.
We continue the lighting of the Shabbat candles. I'd like to call upon our bar mitzvah of tomorrow morning, Mr. Sam Cal Sussman, as well as his beloved family, his parents Rachel and Art, his big sister Joe, and his little brother Max.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivanu l'chadek ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And now that we've welcomed Shabbat, I invite you to welcome the person next to you. Wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Maybe introduce yourself to someone you don't know. Wish them a Shabbat Shalom. we continue with Baruch Hu, invite you to please rise if you are able. And that means if you have a sleeping child on your arm, feel free to remain seated.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Le'olam Va'ed Yelelai Lailai Yelelai Lailai Yelelai Lailai Yelelai Lailai
Please be seated. And join me if you're able with Ma'ariv Aravim. Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, bechokma poteach she'arim, ובתבונה משנה עיתים, ומחלט את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, ומשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה, גולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור, ומעביר יום מביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, Baruch Ata Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Amcha Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shochenu, u'kumenu nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei toratecha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, ve'orach yameinu, u'bahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavatcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch Ata Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Invite us all to take a deep breath in and exhale out. Another deep cleansing breath in as you breathe in that sense of shalom, of wholeness, and exhale out all that mishagas. And there's lots of mishagas.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
We now continue with Ve'ahavta, led by our bar mitzvah of tomorrow morning, Mr. Sam.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיכם בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך כיום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וכתם להיות על ידיך וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai, your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai, your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught. Before ever we stood at Sinai, that wherever we are, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, and that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Mi chamocha.
Mi chamocha, va'elim Adonai, mi chamocha, nedar v'kodesh, nora tehilot, oseh feleh, nora כיפת אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Behamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Behamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Behamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ushmor tzeiteinu, uvoeinu, lechaim ulshalom, me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Behamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Behamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Behamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Behamidenu shomreinu lechaim. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
I love him. Thank you for doing that. I've lost him so much. I can hear his voice. We now continue the central portion of our worship with our tefillah. I invite you to please rise if you are able.
Adonai, sefatai tiftachu, fi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avoteinu, ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot, Ve'imachot, U'mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Uzer Moshiach Magin. Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Ma'ashiv HaRuach U'morid HaGashem, Mehalkel Hayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Nofim Verofech Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Ata L'chachayot Hakol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Hachayecha Hakol.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
You may be seated.
May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth together. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael ve'et ha'olam b'shalom. Invite us all as we reflect on that makor shalom, that source of peace that lies within each one of us, as we pause now in the sanctity of silent reflection.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי. Oh, may the words words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable before you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, ve'imeru.
We now focus our energies toward those who are ill and in need of healing. On this Shabbat, we think of Robert Applebaum, Pam Axelrod, Sid Breaker, Sandra Blair, Carol Brindell, Carol Brown, Francie Brown, Arnold Bryman, Tamara Bowie, Maggie Kent, Shelley Carter, Christina Collins, Caius Cooper, Ellen Dover, Terry Dowd, Toby Ellman, Brandon Frederick, Joe Gabriel, Marcia Garcia, Erica Gardner, Jerry Gassman, Dennis Gay, Janet Goldberg, Rachel Goldman, Deanna Grew, Lewis Harris, Lewis Hout, Jim Hubert, Sharon Jackson, Douglas Kerr, Shayna Rachel Kramer, Steve Ladowitz, Elaine Lazarus, Elizabeth Ledwitz, Carol Lerner, Amanda Lopez, Bobby Lotman, Maureen McIntyre, Scott Morgan, Lawrence Neal, Pauline Nist, Sarah Oser, Marlene Osteen, Perry Pinsley, Ann Port, Sherry Prezant, Stephanie Rasmussen, Evan Runzer, Anthony Sains, Laura Sanders, Norman Schoenfeld, Kathy Schultz, Pam Schur, Ellen Zeiss, Kayla Shine, Margie Stein, Annette Sunshine, Sue Timpson, Donna Thyman, Donald Wanamaker, Judy Weinstein, Rabbi Andrea Weiss, Kurt Willis Sr., Sue Witten, Orrin Wood. If you wish to add another name to our healing list, I invite you to raise your hand. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We wish upon all those we mentioned, those who remain unnamed, the refuah shlema, a speedy and complete recovery as we join together with Misha Berach, praying for their better health.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
What does it mean to be a Jew? Good place to be to get that question answered, I hope. Well, there's no one answer, either, or even if the Torah is rather specific about what it means to be an Israelite. In this week's parashah, Sam's favorite parashah, Mishpatim, from the book of Exodus, the second book of our Torah, right, Sam? Yeah. We have some of the most important laws and rules that help to define what it means to be an Israelite, to be a Jew. Chapters 22 and 23 in the book of Shemot of Exodus are called by modern biblical scholars the Book of the Covenant, which is an ancient listing of laws, including laws specifically for the Shalosh Regalim, the three pilgrimage festivals, Sukkot, Pesach, and Shavuot. Chapter 21 features the famous lex talionis, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, which is so often misinterpreted as meaning payback or retaliation, as opposed to the intention of what it is meant to mean, which is pain restitution. We are reminded to take responsibility for our actions and to make good on the pain and suffering we have caused another. But out of all of the laws and rules that we find in chapter 22, there's one that is most mentioned than any other mitzvah in the Torah. In fact, it occurs 36 times, which must mean that it's important. And what mitzvah is that, you ask? Quote, "You shall not oppress a stranger, for you understand the soul of the stranger, having been strangers in the land of Egypt." Therein lies one of the best definitions of what it means to be a Jew. We should not oppress the stranger. That should be a given. The reason given by the Torah, because we understand the soul of the stranger, because we were and often are strangers in this land and in many other lands. Sadly, we are reminded on a nearly daily basis in this country that we are still viewed as a stranger. But we understand the soul of the stranger. What follows understanding then? You know, action. Once we understand the situation, we must act on it. Once we learn or see something, we must act upon that knowledge. Oppression can be found throughout our history as Americans, and unfortunately, we see too many examples of it today. Racism, xenophobia, and misogyny are woven throughout the fabric of our country. And it has decayed and rotted our society to the point where we have as great of a divide in this country than any of us have ever seen. Now, we can point fingers all we want. That's easy to do right now. And we can hold those accountable, as we should and we must. But in the end, this is our responsibility. When we don't actively fight against racism and prejudice, then we are condoning it. When we don't tell a friend that their joke is inappropriate, we are supporting it. When we see someone treated unjustly because of their skin color, country of origin, gender, sexual orientation, physical difference, and we do nothing, then we are promoting it. It is time that we stand with courage and remind ourselves that in the end, it is about our actions. This week's Parsha reminds us, "You shall not oppress a stranger, for you understand the soul of the stranger, having been strangers in the land of Egypt." You shall not oppress a stranger. Inaction of a known prejudice is oppressing the stranger. Supporting a leader or group of people who condemn and spread lies about people is oppressing the stranger. All xenophobia, racism, misogyny equate to oppression. We are called as Jews to be a light unto the nations. Not only are we not to oppress another, but we are to embrace the other. That is why we created and helped to create the NAACP, the Religious Action Center, the Civil Rights Movement. And that is why we celebrate those of you who are part of the Lador Vador Society. Because you understand that we must show up in our Jewish institutions, Showing up means praying with our feet, supporting those who are doing the most important work in our community, and making sure that this work goes on well beyond all of us. The Dor Vador, from one generation to the next, is a vital mitzvah that not only ensures that we have a future, but makes a statement that I am in. Hineni, I am present. It is a way that we live our values, not just talk about them. May this Shabbat and this incredibly powerful Torah portion inspire us to act out our values and our beliefs. Let's not only create the society we want to live in, let's be that society through our good and positive actions. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will, but may this be our actions. Now, in honor of our Lador Vador participants who are here, our Lador Vador Society participants who are here, I'd like to invite our president to share some words. He unfortunately could not be here, but he sent a video for us to see. And that should be here.
Shalom. My name is David Hyman, and I'm president of the congregation. I want to take a moment to speak about something that connects our past, our present, and our future, our Lador Vador Society. Lador Vador means generation to generation. It captures one of the most powerful ideas in Judaism, that what we build today is not only for ourselves, but for those that come after us. The members of the Lador Vador Society have made an extraordinary commitment. Each of them has pledged a portion of their estate to Temple Emanu-El. Upon their passing, those gifts are placed into our endowment and invested carefully. Each year, a percentage of the endowment can be distributed to help offset temple expenses, supporting our clergy, our education programs, our worship, and the countless other ways that we care for each other. These are not just financial commitments. They are statements of faith. They say, this community mattered to me in my lifetime, and I want it to matter long after I'm gone. To our current Lador Vador Society members, thank you. Thank you for your vision. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for believing that this sacred community is worthy of your lasting legacy. You are ensuring that future generations will experience the warmth, learning, and connection that we all cherish today. Our rabbi has set an ambitious and inspiring goal: to grow our endowment to $10 million before he retires. Reaching that goal would provide meaningful annual support to our operating budget and create long-term financial stability for our congregation. It would allow us to dream bigger, plan more confidently, and weather financial challenges with strength. If Temple Emanu-El has been meaningful in your life, if it has marked your milestones, supported you in difficult times, educated your children, or deepened your Jewish identity, I invite you to consider joining the Lador Vador Society. A legacy gift can be as simple as including the temple in your will, your trust, as a beneficiary of your IRA, or as a beneficiary of a life insurance policy. If you would like more information about joining the Lador Vador Society, please email our Executive Director, Stephanie Pollock. The temple has a 165-year legacy. Others that came before us supported this congregation for generations. Together, we can ensure that legacy continues from generation to generation. Shabbat Shalom.
So I'd like to invite members of our Lador Vador Society to please rise from your seat. Anyone who's a member? And I invite the rest of us to lift our hands and bless them as they have blessed our community with their incredible support.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God keep you. May God guide you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
May God's radiance shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
And may God always be a source of strength, of wholeness, completeness, peace, and support, just as you have supported this blessed institution, as we all say.
Amen. Can you hear us?
Thank you all so much.
All right, my turn. Okay. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Virginia Beck, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our Erev Shabbat service led by Rabbi Dana Magat. What an inspiring Devar Torah this evening. Thank you very much. Cantor Shavritz, beautiful as always, and to our special musical guests, Mitsato Weber on piano and Julie Nelson on flute. Thank you very much. After the service, we invite you to the Temple House for Kiddush, Hamotzi, and Oneg. Tonight's Oneg is sponsored by the Cow Sussman family, thank you, in honor of Sam's bar mitzvah, big day. And Temple Emanu-El in honor of Lador Vador supporters. Mazel tov to the Art Cow and Rachel Sussman and all your family. Whoa, big. On Sam's bar mitzvah tomorrow morning at 10:30. Also a heartfelt todah brava to our Lador Vador supporters. Thank you for caring about the future of our temple and our congregation. Please pick up our Shabbat handout to make sure that you've calendared all our upcoming events and sign-up deadlines. And what starts this week? Circles. The circle sign-ups for members. All right. Please note that we still need drivers to be able to distribute our Mishlot Manot bags to those who don't pick them up at Shabbat beforehand or the Sunday of March 1st at the carnival. Please email our admin. I'm one of the deliverers, and it's really a lot of fun. You get to say hello to a lot of members that maybe you don't see as often, and I know they're very much appreciated. So please sign up. It's fun. We hope to see you next Friday, February 20th, my birthday, either at 6 p.m. for Tat Shabbat or at 7 for Erev Shabbat service. Shabbat Shalom.
We continue with Elena. I invite you to please rise if you are able.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'tet gedula liotzer breshit, shehu noteh shamayim v'yoser haaretz, u'moshav yekaro b'shamayim bimal, u'shchinatu zo begovhei meromim, hu Eloheinu ein od, va'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz vayom hahu yihyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
It is our minhag, our custom here at Temple Emanu-El, upon hearing the name of our loved one, to stand as a sign of love and grief for that person if we choose to, and to remain standing until the names on our yard site list have been recited. Then together, we'll all rise. This has been a tough week for our temple. We lost someone who was very precious to many of us who've been here for a long time. Joe Berg was someone who, he was younger than me by quite a bit, who taught in our religious school for many, many years. He was a great teacher locally, actually. Born and raised in the synagogue, and he unfortunately was found dead in his apartment in Tel Aviv this week. So we think of Joe Berg and especially his sister, Stephanie Naylan, as well as we just think of his beloved late parents, Janet and David Berg. We also think of those that are grieving the Shloshim, the 30-day period of mourning for Jean Hanloff, Elliot Burnell, Eleanor Rusnak, Barbara Morse. We also think of those that are grieving the Shana, the first year mourning for Ivan Aronson, Alfredo Arroyo, Bobby Barco, Sheldon Berlant, Ira Berkowitz, Ellen Bloomfield, William Braden Butler, Betsy Hammer Carr, Steve Carter, Jack Chase, Mort Cohen, Gail Franklin, Marcia Gottiner, Joseph Groden, Shirley Katz, Sandra Levitt, Lois Lieberman, Frank Margolis, Bruce Matzner, Stephen Marceri, Mac McCranahan, Nicholas Ramos, Richard Rusnak, Sandra Sachs, Danny Supak, Rachel Stoltz, Don Surath, Brenda Weinstock, Berta Wessler, Joel Williams, Patricia Wilson, Harold Waron. We also think of the following yard sites we observe on this Shabbat as we think of Lee Bell, William Bloomfield, Abraham Boxer, May Brash, Mildred Bortz Briskin, Yetta Broder, Stephen Bush, Julian Cannell, Jenny Chargan, Ruth Charlesworth, Phoebe Cohen, Cynthia Coit, Daniel Cunningham, Helen Favorman, Harold Fletcher, Marvin Fox, John Gassman, Ralph Gibson, Sadie Gazang, Sylvia Goldberg, Helene Graff, Mel Grace, Maury Gross, Henry Guin, David Herlick, Sylvia Lane, Sadie Levin, Shirley Lerner, Jeanette Luan, Julia Lukes, Thomas Mahoney, Sarah Marchek, Albert Miller, Jacob Myers, Rosalind Stein Novak, Louis Ociel, Burgos Pagnalian, Loreldo Pearson, Sanford Peltz, Cecilia Platt-Zellman, Melissa Potter, David Reiser, Herman Rodoff, Leonard Roleg, Alba Rosario, Marion Rosen, Joseph Rosen, Ruth Rosenberg, Sarah Goldenroy, Irvin Rubenstein, Helene Rutansky, Judy Santos, Joseph Sapir, Pearl Schneiderman, Sunny Schwab, Frank Schwartz, Belle Siegel Katz, Pauline Katz Senders, Noah Shipman, Rebecca Schulman, Rochelle Wyman, Nanette Ociel Weintraub, Ann Wiesner, Francis Wolfson, Betty Ewells, Cameron Zwern. Zichronam Livracha, may all the memories of our loved ones endure as a blessing as we now all rise to recite together the ancient words of our mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabba, be'alma divra chirutei, ve'amlich malachutei, b'chayachon v'yomechon, uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agalav uzman kariv imru amen. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי וקודשה ברכו, לעולם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה משמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו amen. May the source of peace send peace to all those who mourn among us, whoever they may be, as we all say together, amen. Please be seated. Old faithful. Old time, yeah. There we go. Little O'Donnell.
Just want to say one more thank you to Misato and Judy for joining me this evening. It's been really lovely to have them alongside for our service.
For sure.
Conclude with Adon Olam.
Cool. One of the top 10 hits of Jewish life. Adon Olam.
Adon Olam Asher Mala B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Leit Nasa V'chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hove Ve'hu Yihye B'tzipara Ve'hu Echad Ve'en Sheni Lehamshilo Lehachbira Ve'li Reshit Ve'li Tachlit Ve'lo Ha'oz Ve'hamizrach Ve'hu Eli Ve'chai Goli Ve'tzor Chevli Ve'etzara Ve'hu Nisi Uvanos Li Menat Kosi Ve'yom Ekra Ve'yado Avkit Ruchi Ve'tishon Ve'ha'ira Ve'im Ruchi Geviati Adonai Li Ve'lo Ira
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We continue in the Temple House with Kiddush and Motzi. All right.
That key over your
Yes.
shoulder. I'm gonna go home and rest.
That extra measure is like, that extra measure
Yeah, yeah.
is
So,
like,
and I kind of forgot I'm going to play with you. And what
I was like, wait, who am I starting with there?
Oh wow.
Oh, well,
We made
next
it.
time. Yeah, we can.
Thank you so much. That was so
Thank
good, guys.
you.
Awesome.
Thank
We'll be
you.
in touch about one in March. Maybe,
Okay, cool.
If you're free.
Yeah, okay, good.
I think it's like a month from now. Exactly.
Yeah, I know. Wow. I don't know where this year is going by so
February
fast.
is going really
It really fast, yeah. It is. Have a good one.
And then you got to get your heart rate down. And I was like, okay, now I get it. And then I watched two men lose, and I'm just like, this is weird.
I parked this way, so I'll go.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that way.
I parked over there and then walked.
Oh,
and then
walked all the way.
and then I had to ring the bell.
I'll see you
Yeah.
next time.
See you next time. Have a good one. Good to see you. Yeah, that was fun.
Look at you dressed in traditional white and black.
Right, yeah. Yes, it does.
Oh, it's right there.